blue. Sub if you new. Hey, what it do? Make that like button blue. Sub if you new.
Hello, salutations. What it do? It's not the gamer, all five, the Durag gang. You know the vibe. Like, subscribe. Let's get it. What's up? What's up, chat? How's everybody doing? What's up, Iron? What's up, Nicholas? 89. Sadot leading the charge and being blocked by Tony B. Yo. It was a week in Marvel's Avengers, let me tell you. It was indeed a week. What's up, everybody? Well, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, Tyler? What's up, Billy Pate? What's up, DJ? Goes Luke. What's up? What's up? How's everybody doing? Marcus. What's up, Captain? What's up, Dante? How's everybody doing? How you feeling? What's up, Tyler? So we got some stuff to talk about today. I'll give everybody a chance to come in. As you're seeing, Marvel's Avengers Patch 2.3, which was supposed to come out tomorrow, has officially been delayed. Suicide Squad Could Have Justice League, which I reported on a month ago or something, more than that maybe, that there were rumors that there were reports unofficially that it was pushed to 2023. Well, Rocksteady officially came out today and confirmed Suicide Squad is indeed delayed. Also, in the Marvel's Avengers community, there was a bit of a civil war yesterday. if you were watching High Ruler's stream or Miller's stream, you are all caught up on that. But I'll go over that a little bit today. Also, of course, Miller, speaking of which, revealed who the mystery character is. I posted a YouTube short of it, but I'll be going over that a little bit today as well. What's up, Abilities? What's up, King Tony? Ali? How you doing, Christopher? What's up, Nightmare? At least it's spring 2023. Yeah. Better than nothing. What's up? How's everybody feeling? What's up? You have a cosmic build for Iron Man. It hits, but it's cosmic viable in the current game. It's fine. Unless you're playing the raid, it doesn't actually matter. And even if you're playing the raid, I mean it still works. I use my cosmic laser. I use my sonic laser Iron Man build in the raid. I also use cosmic grips of the storm with Thor. I will say though that if you are planning on doing the raid, and in general because it's good, you might want to try to farm for that vibranium payload artifact. What's up with Black King? What's up, Tyler? No new skin. Looks like it. I was waiting to start the stream because I wanted to see if they were just late on Twitter. But looks like no new skin. Probably for the best. What up, Show Verso? We already knew Suicide Squad was delayed. It was unofficial. We knew there were reports from sources that Suicide Squad was delayed, but was not official. Rocksteady did not officially announce it. Nobody connected with the game announced it until now. Now it's official. And we know it's coming out in spring right now. So Aaron, I'm good. Time for some artists. Almost a year later. So let's talk about Art of Zoo. I mean, everybody has their thing. All about branding. His branding is weird, but it's branding. What's the deal with the PS5 update? Yeah, if you have a PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 5, if you see an update today, don't download it. There's currently an issue with the latest PlayStation update that is causing PlayStation Plus to not recognize your account. So if you are trying to access a game that is online only and you download a new update, you will not be able to access that game because it will register as you not being a PlayStation Plus member. Sony is investigating the issue, but until it's fixed, don't download the new update. I downloaded my I opened my PS5 and I quickly, and I mean quickly, paused the update. So I'm good for now. But they are working on it. Been telling you PS5 trash. Is that some L-box cope I hear? It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon over here. Already we got some L-box copium. I love to see it. Yeah, the update is weird. As long as God of War don't get delayed. Come to the dark side, bro. Xbox don't even have no games. Get some games. Like, how you telling me to come to the dark side? Y'all literally have no games. Like, what do you mean? Come to the dark side. Get some games. Where Fable at, bro? Where that Fable? Google Stadia never had these problems. Google Stadia also doesn't exist, so there's that. What's up? You just joined. There is no update for Avengers. The update problem is related to PlayStation itself. It's a system update. The empty side fact. This rate, you're happy Spider-Man 2 is already a 2023 game? Indeed. What did it do, Casual Avenger? Y'all can't get an update right. We've gotten like every update right except this one. Y'all can't. Halo is your biggest game, your biggest IP, and y'all couldn't even get that right. So what you talking to us about an update? Get your games right, bro. Halo is literally the only thing Xbox has ever done right, and y'all can't even deliver on that. like how you drop a L Halo game or your brand new console? Like, imagine. Imagine if Miles Morales was as big a L as Halo was on the Series X. Get out of here, bro. Forza, the racing game. The racing game. I rest my case. we out here talking about Miles Morales, God of War, Horizon, Last of Us. This man like, yeah, but you can drive in a car in a circle. So for the 5th time, like okay, enjoy, I guess. Everybody worry about Forza, bro. Out of here. You think 2.3 will launch next week? Don't sleep on Gears. I'm fast asleep. I'm snoring on Gears. Let's see. We got enough people in here. All right, so patch 2.3, Marvel's Avengers. By the way, we got 30 likes. Unacceptable. Do me a favor, smash that like button right now. Let's get to 100 likes in the next 3 minutes. Now, patch 2.3, as you know, wasn't a content patch, wasn't a DLC, but it was a much needed quality of life update for the game. It was supposed to onboard, make it new player friendly, as well as gear updates and everything like that. Plus Nick Fury was returning the helicarrier, all that good stuff. On paper, good patch. But after giving us a release date of the 24th, last Friday, in their development blog, late yesterday, they officially announced on Twitter, as you see, that it is going to be delayed. Now, they do not have a additional date. We don't know when it'll come out, but it is delayed. So you guys are going to have to wait at least another week to fight Taskmaster in the Wasteland. I know how much you guys have been looking forward to fighting Taskmaster in the Wastelands again, but you're just going to have to wait. It is unfortunate, but keep hope alive. Hopefully you will be able to fight Taskmaster for the 3,000th time. As you probably guessed, or if you were on Twitter, people didn't quite take it well. A lot of memes, so many memes, a lot of anger. But I will say this, overall, it's good. It's good that they delayed the patch if it's indeed, broken. If they found something that's broken, it's good that they put it out rather than just, it's good that they delayed it rather than just throwing it out there like they usually do. And then just be like, okay, we'll fix it later. So it's a dub that they communicated this and they didn't put it out knowing that it was not in the proper condition. However, even though it is a good thing, it also looks really bad. Keep in mind, this is not a DLC. It's not an expansion. And they announced this over a month ago. They announced this back in February. Patch 2.3, was coming, and it's coming out in March. This was back in February. They revealed this. And then we had Brian, the dev, he was like, okay, we're not releasing the roadmap. We're not showing the roadmap. We're not releasing the roadmap because we're going to be more cautious this time around. We're going to be looking at, okay, we're not going to give a date or anything like that unless we're 100% sure it's ready. And then they come out and give a release date for a patch that, again, they announced in February. They waited until the second to last week in March, but they gave it that date, and then 2 days before, it's delayed. So that says it's good that they're honest this time around, but it's really bad that they can't even put out a patch with more than a month of notice, and seemingly didn't know unless it was literally a last minute thing. Like it was when they, according to them, they're only supposed to put out a date when they're 100% locked in. So when on Friday, when they said this was coming out on the 24th, it should have been a done deal. This patch should have been locked in. To delay it 2 days before is not a good look. And it just once again shows that whatever is going on internally over there, it doesn't look like it's going to lead to a better year for Marvel's Avengers, which is unfortunate because this is a very important year for them. You know, there's a lot more competition this year for games. You know, the game isn't in the best shape, hasn't been for a long time. And, you know, if they can't even get out a patch in a reasonable time frame, even with a date, you know, what's going to happen with the DLCs, you know? For, you know, people think about She-Hulk and Winter Soldier and Captain Marvel and Ultron, all this, you know, Patrol Mode, all this other stuff, but they can't even get out patch 2.3. and remember, they were talking about 2.4. They were talking about, yeah, we're finishing up 2.3. We're looking at 2.4. We're working on that. And 2.3, they can't even get that out. They can't even get it out. So obviously a lot of people are frustrated, understandably, because there were some people, obviously there were people hating like usual, but there were people that were legitimately looking forward to the patch, seeing what changes they made, how it made the experience better for both new players and older players. But we're going to have to wait, like I said, at least another week. Next Thursday is the next reset, and it's still technically March. So it could still come out within March if they push it next week. But at this point, you know, always say, keep your expectations in check. Don't have any expectations, or you know, expect the worst. Expect that there's next week, no roadmap, no 2.3, expect nothing. So if something good happens, you'll be pleasantly surprised. But let's look at some, I guess, other news. Like I already went over how Suicide Squad is delayed, but here it is officially from their lead, Sefton Hill, pushed back to spring 2023. Sucks, but is what it is. Now, for those few people that missed it, this was like, you know, huge in Avengers social media. What's up, Mike? Miller finally revealed the mystery character. Finally, he put out this long tweet thread where he revealed that the mystery character is Jane Foster. Now I'll say, I will caution people, take this mystery character thing with a grain of salt, because when Miller was talking about this the other day, Miller was like, oh, I'm not sure if I want to run with the story right now. I'm not 100% confident based on, you know, the latest I've heard from the sources. And something apparently changed. Miller was concerned that, you know, there were different names being floated around, but he said the more he thought about it, the more time went on, he became increasingly convinced of his original sourcing. And he ultimately revealed, of course, that Jane Foster is indeed the mystery character that was originally told to him. What's up, James? They did not reveal an MCU skin today or any skin today. I don't know if they're waiting until 2. I don't know. And here. Now, out of all the mystery characters that when I narrowed it down, like if you remember, I made a video where I narrowed down the list of mystery characters from 30 or something crazy to like 5. It was like five mystery characters that I narrowed it down to. And out of all of them, Jane Foster was my preferred choice because honestly did not want Yelena. I did not want Shuri. I did not want, the Black Tiger. White Tiger. I was like, if anything, is there anyone here? I want Jane Foster, Yelena, zero interest for me. I don't need another ground-bound hero. If it has to be anybody, give me a Thor. Give me a flyer, a powerful flyer. I'm good with that. Yeah, we knew it wasn't going to be a Doctor Strange or anything like that. But out of all the Echoes, had to be Jane. I'm good. I am good with that. Now there's more to the story. Miller kind of explained the whole process, so we can go over that. He said he hasn't tweeted about this because he considers what he says on Twitter to be more empirical and definitive versus what he says on stream. Now, this is important to keep in mind. He said, I believe She-Hulk was pushed from Q4 2021, which would have basically been December, which, as I understand, they were on track to meet, in relative alignment with her Disney Plus series delay. He has his own theories as to why. But consider this, Marvel's is currently scheduled for February 2023. This consequently caused a larger than anticipated stretch of time without major new hero focused content update. Any content filling that void would have to be created on an expedited schedule and not disrupt the still ongoing narrative. Enter the Echo character. And then he goes into the whole process of the Echo character. He initially talked about the story on multiplayer first, but nobody picked up on it. Then he talked about it on stream, and then it went crazy. My knee-jerk response was that the choice of character and them being so clearly an offshoot of an existing character reflects poorly on She-Hulk by feeding into a narrative that she will be similarly be a clone of Hulk, betraying the great work the team have done for her. This and some drinks over New Year's had me raise this subject on stream as an example of the game seemingly inviting obvious criticism, and I posit that I prefer a different character in the slot with similar parameters, brand synergy. He continues, casting a wider net for additional resources. After the story soft broke, for lack of a better word, I got nothing but confirmation re the initiative overall, but different character names. Your guess is as good as mine re why that is. Because I hadn't revealed who the character was, I comfortably narrowed speculation down to the characters I'd heard. See High Rollers Choose Your Fighter tweet. That said, I'm confident in my initial sourcing and I've become increasingly convinced since. So, Jane Foster, Thor. So to break that down, She-Hulk was, according to his sources, supposed to come out in December. The whole idea seems to be brand synergy. Marvel Games seems to be, telling the CD, okay, let's get some brand synergy here. So they wanted She-Hulk to come out Q4 2021 because at the time we believed that the next Disney Plus show was going to be She-Hulk. But that ended up changing because She-Hulk got pushed back, and Moon Knight suddenly was going to be the next Disney Plus show, and it would be airing in March. So pushing that back, what's up, Genius Button? Pushing that back, She-Hulk meant that they had a void to fill, and they wanted to fill that void with a hero, but they didn't have the same amount of time. As a lot of you know that have been following, it takes a long time for them to make a new hero from scratch. Like, that is a 6 to 8 month process, building up a whole new hero. So they needed a way to have some hero focused content in a much shorter than normal time frame. So that's apparently why they went with the Echo character route. Now, again, just because it's an Echo character doesn't mean Jane is going to be exactly the same as Thor. Miller even said he personally doesn't believe she will be. That said, I've seen people say, "Oh, why didn't they do Jane? Why didn't they do Doctor Strange or Wanda?" Again, because the reason why this Echo character was supposedly a thing is because She-Hulk had to be delayed because they were trying to line it up with the Disney Plus show. So they had to fill this gap on short notice, and they wanted to fill it with a new hero. So an Echo character is the only way they could have possibly done it. There's no other way around it. How long since the last character? November 30th. So the solution was, okay, we'll do an Echo character. Now, if you don't know, they have a lot of unused hero assets. They worked on different moves for each of the heroes, different powers that they didn't necessarily use, but didn't completely scrap. So they could definitely give Jane some new moves that Thor does not have. So she wouldn't be a full Echo. So that's not that. So I wouldn't worry about that too much. But the Echo is the best. Apparently, that was the best thing they could have done in terms of adding a new hero in this short amount of time. What's up, Anonymous Official? So the latest from Miller about when all this could be coming out, he mentioned patch 2.5. So patch 2.3 is the current patch. You have patch 2.3, which just got delayed. You have patch 2.4, which they teased was supposed to be centered around updates to the events, which is unfortunately, I don't know when now. 2.3 is delayed. Who knows what's up to 2.4? But they did mention 2.4 was supposed to be centered around events. And Miller said 2.5 he thinks could be a content update, and he thinks that it'll be She-Hulk, Ultron potentially. So according to Miller, he thinks either She-Hulk is going to have Ultron as her campaign boss, or Ultron is going to be released as a standalone villain before her. One of those things. But he's thinking that 2.5 is going to be a content patch. So if there is a Jane, I guess it'll be around 2.5 potentially. I should just go work for a CD at this point. They actually are hiring, funny enough. Let me find it. There you go. If you want a job at Crystal Dynamics, they are currently hiring for a lot of positions. If you're trying to shoot your shot with Crystal Dynamics, here is your chance. They are hiring. They are hiring for everything. Look at that. In particular, look at under marketing, senior community senior community manager. As you know, Andy left. He was the senior community manager. He now works at Capcom. So we got a void. if you want to apply and work at Crystal Dynamics, go for it. They are hiring. I appreciate the sub, Anonymous Official. Apparently they officially are I think Doomkiller said he's officially going to do it. Like he's actually going to put an app because he does live in Seattle. Now, I don't know for sure if all of these positions are for Marvel's Avengers. I know definitely the senior community manager position is. I do know it wouldn't surprise me because, like I said, the current team working on Marvel's Avengers is very small, quite frankly, too small for a live service game of this scale. But I don't know for sure. They could, but I know it's not for Perfect Dark. I've seen some people say it's for Perfect Dark. It's not for Perfect Dark. Crystal Dynamics is a fairly large studio with a lot of employees. They already sent a bunch of people over to Perfect Dark to help the team over at Microsoft that were already working on Perfect Dark. So they're not hiring for Perfect Dark. They already have their people over on Perfect Dark. So this is either for the Tomb Raider game they've been developing, or they're finally getting some reinforcements for Marvel's Avengers. I know one of these positions is definitely for Marvel's Avengers. I don't know if the rest are. You're 20 minutes from Seattle? Well, shoot your shot. Not large enough, apparently. Oh, yeah, what's up, Joe? No, definitely large enough. If you don't know, Crystal Dynamics has over 300 employees. And that was the last time I checked. They recently opened up another studio before. They have a lot of people. The problem isn't that the company doesn't have a lot of people. The problem is, in the case of Marvel's Avengers, they moved all those people off of the project. Like a bunch of people just quit, just moved on to other stuff. A lot of other people were transferred from Avengers to Perfect Dark and the Tomb Raider project that I believe they're working on. You will not be buying any more CD produced games. Well, I will definitely say avoid Perfect Dark because so far it sounds like a disaster. Like apparently Crystal Dynamics is leading that project now when they were originally just supposed to be assisting, because it is a disaster. The team over, I think it's the Initiative, the team over there working on Perfect Dark, like a bunch of those guys, a bunch of their employees quit. Like a ridiculous amount. I covered it on Super News. It's crazy. So currently Crystal Dynamics is leading over there. Taskmaster got delayed. Well, to be fair, I think it wasn't Taskmaster. I think that the thing that is holding up the patch is the onboarding. Remember, they're not just, adding Taskmaster and gear changes. They're changing the entire onboarding process. Like they're changing the war table. They're completely changing the mission chains that you get after when you first get into the Avengers Initiative. All that is changing, which is bound to break a bunch of stuff. They did community manager. I nominated Doomkiller and High Ruler I feel like they should hire both Doom Killer and High Ruler, because when it was just Andy, Andy was doing too much by himself. I think they need to hire both Doom and High Ruler and have them do multiple duties. Like Doom Killer can, he can handle influencer relations. He can coordinate marketing with the media, and he can host the dev streams, which, imagine official Crystal Dynamics dev stream hosted by Doom Killer HD. That'd be fire. Meanwhile, High Ruler, he can write up the patch notes. He can manage the socials and, respond directly to community feedback on, on Twitter, on Reddit, whatever like that. I think that, he'd write the blog. I think that would be the perfect, duo for that position. I'm very serious. I think that would actually be really good for the game if they had Doom Killer and High Ruler leading the communication team. Yeah, Genius Button's been out for a while. I don't blame you. You could be me? No, I could not. I'll tell you straight off the rip, I could not be the community manager. I'm great with social media. I am not corporate enough. I'd be dunking on people, and you got to be professional. Bro, I'd be scrolling through the Twitter comments sometimes, on the Reddit. If I was a community manager, if I was running the socials, I could not be polite and corporate, because there are so many, like, this game has problems for sure, but there are so many stupid people that constantly leave comments on Avengers related stuff. It is unbelievable the level of stupidity and entitlement in this community. It's ridiculous. There's absolutely no way I could be community manager. I could not be anywhere near the social. I could not do it, bro. Like, I would not, bro. You know how many absolutely dumb suggestions I see on a daily basis for this game? Like, ain't no way, bro. I would be nuking everybody on their official account. They would fire me within the day, bro. It would not happen. I would not do it. That's why I nominated High Ruler. High Ruler is Canadian. He's very polite. He knows how to handle it. Doom, very, very chill, very professional guy. He would be cool. But that's why I said High Ruler should put a Canadian on the socials. High Ruler would not go off in the comments or anything like that. He'd be able to keep it under control. He'd be able to keep it professional, but keep it, nice and personable. He'd be perfect for that role. Put High Ruler on the socials. If I'm on the socials, I'm dropping bombs on everybody. As soon as I see the same account post dead game, I'm like literally, there are literally accounts who post they're following the channel, they're following the official Twitter of Avengers. They have all the notifications turned on, all of them. Every time Avengers post something, they're like one of the first ones to comment, and they always put the same thing: dead game, or freaking posting how many people are watching or viewing the game on Twitch. Every single time, bro. All these people claim that they hate the game, it's dead, everything like that. Their entire lives revolve around commenting on a game that they say is dead, and they say they want nothing to do with it. It's the saddest thing I've seen in a long time, and I would just be nuking everybody. You see Casual Avenger getting on board. Casual Avenger, he'd be chill enough. I think he would have the mindset for it. Come back if they fix all the bugs, put out more challenging content, give us things to strive for, like flawless nameplates, etc. Well, I'll see you in 6 months, Genius. We'll touch base. But we wouldn't get High Ruler News Network special reports, breaking community drama. True, to quote High Ruler. But You can just put Slight Stardust in charge of the High Ruler News Network. High Ruler doesn't have to run the High Ruler News Network, or he doesn't have to be an on-air anchor. He can have other personalities doing it. Sad thing is, you know, the accounts you talk about in the Reddit, bro. It's so sad. Speaking of drama, if you don't know, yesterday was a civil war in the Avengers community. I've officially, me and about 300 other people have officially been blocked by Tony Bing Bong. Drama alert. What's up, High Ruler? Speaking of the High Ruler News Network, Mr. Bing Bong went on a tear yesterday, and he blocked half. I will not even hesitate, half the community. I'm not even exaggerating. He blocked half the community. He had a total meltdown. People were coming for Tony. It was hilarious. High Ruler, if you did see High Ruler's stream from yesterday, I highly recommend rewatching it. He covered all the drama. To summarize it, Tony Bing posted a meme basically dunking on the Marvel's Avengers community, saying you guys have low standards if you're excited about Jane Foster coming to the game. And I was just like, okay, I'm like, okay, well, Tony, why does that mean people have low standards? People want new heroes. This Echo character thing allows heroes to come out faster. Why is that a bad thing? And then Tony, apparently, because you can't ever disagree with the great Tony Bing, he got in his feelings, but he didn't want to stand by his word, so he tried to weasel out of it by saying, "I'm like, oh well, having low standards is not a bad thing." And I'm like, Tony, yes it is. What are you talking about? You're saying the same thing. You're dunking on the community in the Discord. You're dunking on other players in the Discord when you think no one's watching. We can see it. We know we're in the Discord. We know what you're saying. We know what you and all your people are saying about us and the players who you look down on for supporting the game. Like, we get it. but he decided that he didn't like people disagreeing with him and his take. So instead of defending his position, he tried to act like, oh, we're ganging up on him. We're straw manning. We're saying that he's not allowed to talk about the game unless he's complimenting it, which is what nobody said. All people said was, Tony, it's not necessarily a bad thing. Some people like Jane Foster. It's not a bad thing if people like Jane Foster, and it's not a bad thing if Marvel's Avengers does Echo characters, if in between normal heroes, if it gets heroes out faster. And I pointed out, Tony would have definitely not made that tweet attacking Echo characters and players that are excited about Jane if Miller had revealed that the mystery character was War Machine. But because Tony is a very image conscious, so I know if War Machine was the mystery hero, Tony would have not kept that same energy. But because it's Jane Foster, he's like, oh, reskin Thor, and you don't like it, if you like this, you have low standards. And I'm like, or people just like Jane Foster and want heroes faster. Nothing wrong with that, bro. And he apparently didn't like me disagreeing with him, so he blocked me. He blocked Stardust. I think he blocked High Ruler. He blocked he was blocking people. He blocked Carrot Scraps. He blocked people that didn't even say anything to him. There were a bunch of people that checked when they saw this tweet and checked and realized that Tony had blocked them too. He didn't even, people had nothing to do with it. They weren't even in the conversation. Tony blocked them anyway. like he just went completely out of his mind. It was crazy. High Ruler, he got kicked. He kicked you out the Discord. I can see it. To be fair, High Ruler, it was totally your fault that he kicked you and blocked you, because that was a very, very toxic stream you did, High Ruler, with your news network trying to be neutral and objective. Like, how dare you, High Ruler? How dare you show on your live stream Tony Bing's Discord where he allows his people to throw around slurs and attacking players and community members for like he's Kyle for liking the game. How dare you expose Tony Bing in the Discord? Shame on you. Shame on you, High Ruler. You're a bad Canadian. You thought Tony said he was done with the game? Yeah, but you know, he's got. Where would Tony be without those infographics? no, he tried to he brought his infographics over to Tiny Tina, but nobody's watching those videos. They watch Tony Bing for Marvel infographics. They don't watch Tony Ding Dong. They don't watch Ding Dong for Tiny Tina infographics. They watch Ding Dong for the Marvel infographics. So of course, even though he hates the game and you know thinks we all have low standards and he's done and this and that and the other, he's got to get that content. Got to get that content off. Get that clout. He's going to Canadian prison. Tony lost all your respect. Yeah, like I don't know what happened, but I don't know what happened to Tony, but he lost his damn mind. Like literally, it's not like I even attacked him directly. Like I literally said, I disagree with you. I don't think people have low standards just because they like Jane Foster. and he's like, block. How dare you disagree with me? What? like, come on. Is there going to be another MCU skin tomorrow? Well, let us check. I've been checking for the last hour or so. I've been refreshing that Avengers Twitter. It is now after 2:00 my time, nearly 2:30. And they have not posted anything since they delayed 2.3. Everyone's standards are low. No, see, I think you're conflating low standards with low expectations. They're completely different. There's definitely some people in the community with low standards. Those are what we call the shills, who will basically just accept anything and defend anything. But you know, that's been there since launch. Every game has their shit. I think more to the point, people have just low expectations at this point. Like they understand after a lot of experience, the game is what it is. Like they have a small team. There's nothing to be done about it. We reasonably know what to expect from Marvel's Avengers at this point. So people don't have high expectations. That's what it is. MCU skins are canceled this week, so we can get excited for Tiny Tina's. Well, there we go. That is official. And you know it's official because it's from High Ruler, who is part of the Avengers Illuminati. You can take that basically as an official statement from Crystal Dynamics. There is no new skin this week because Tiny Tina is dropping on Friday. You could have seen if you said low standards because it's cited for a patch. Jane is actually a character people want. Yeah, that's why I was like, there are a lot of people that like Jane Foster. There are a lot of people that like War Machine. is War. Are you gonna, if you called War Machine a reskinned Iron Man, you would get ratioed into the ground. That's why I was pushing back on him making that tweet, because I'm like, bro, you would not have that same energy if the mystery character was War Machine. The patch tomorrow is that's the 2.3 that we were talking about, Genius. Yeah, that's the one that got deleted. You think Tony left his Discord server? My sources tell me that Tony Bing is still on this Discord server and is still posting on it. You'll see how this game has momentum to get better now since CD employees are quitting. I mean, it doesn't have momentum, but you can always generate momentum by giving people reason to be excited. They just don't have anything right now. But, you know, if they get out past 2.3 and then they show the roadmap and then they have, you know, they have something in a reasonable time frame, you know, they could do some marketing, then that'll build momentum. Yeah, I'm actually glad. I joked that after they delayed past 2.3, today they were going to reveal like a symbiote Spider-Man or Winter Soldier Cap or Infinity War Iron Man. You know, they were going to crack some banger skin out of the vault just to distract people. Did you miss the hate? No, you're right on time, Tricks. Every second, every minute of a Sadot Gamer stream is hate, so you are always right on time. What's up, my friend? I saw you spreading some hate on Twitter as well. Can't even get a set date patch in the game. Yeah, that's what I was saying. It's good that they delayed the patch and they communicated it. It's very bad that they had to delay the patch, because they announced it over a month ago. They announced this in February. And then they said they're not going to give dates unless they were 100% sure it's concrete, locked in. And then they have to delay the patch 2 days before it launches. Certified beggar. Yo, the roundtable is going to be very interesting. If you don't know, Doomkiller HD, best friend of the channel, his Excelsior Now podcast is having its anniversary. And to celebrate that anniversary, he is having a roundtable this weekend. Instead of the normal Excelsior Now podcast, it's going to be a roundtable. It's going to be featuring me, Shill Ruler, AJ from Crystal Dynamics, as well as Alex from Crystal Dynamics. I think Kitty and Alien are on the panel as well. But it's going to be a certified banger of a roundtable, first of its kind, an actual roundtable like you've seen before on Dooms, but it's going to have 2 devs on it. So you know it's going to be crazy. No hate, you're pro dev. No issues are ever the dev's fault. My guy. You're playing some Miles instead. You're playing Marvel's Avengers. Feel like you should give it. Delaying the patch after giving it a day 4 days ago. Yeah, not good. What are the chances the patch will be here in the next week or two? I mean, show ridiculous. Facts. Yep, it's going to be Shill Dot the Gamer, Doom Shilla CD, Shill Ruler. Shill Ridiculous will not be on the panel. Neither will Jay Shill Blast, but I believe they will definitely be in the comments. So if we were doing this like betting odds, Shill Dust is always around. I guess betting odds, I don't know. odds of the patch coming out next Thursday, I'd say maybe a 30% chill fodder. People don't delay something, only drop it next week. You'd say 2 weeks of April, last 2 weeks of April. And that's not necessarily. Like, we don't know how big the problem is or how long it'll take them to fix it. That's why I'm not going to completely rule out next week, but I will say the chances of it being next week are low. I would say more likely the week after next. But I'll take a 30% chance that it still comes next week. Surprised those devs didn't back out when they heard you were on. No. Actually, no. It makes sense. It makes sense. Apparently, I'm not. CD doesn't love me, but some people over there do enjoy me. AJ is a fan, and I think Alex doesn't mind me. So that should have been fine. I'm surprised they didn't bail out after patch 2.3 got delayed. That's what surprised me. You're planning on pouring cash in Marvel's Avengers? Looks like that's unlikely. See? Messing up the bag, man. Dante was about to pull up the Brinks truck, just dump it all in that marketplace. She's going to use Thor's hammer. So we don't know exactly what she's going to use. It doesn't necessarily mean just because it's Jane, it doesn't mean she's immediately going to use Mjolnir. And I'll show you for those that don't know. Actually, I actually just made this meme because there are people saying, how is Jane Foster going to be in the game? She has Mjolnir. Thor has Mjolnir. Like, it's not a big deal. First of all, even if she does have Mjolnir, it's not a big deal. This is Marvel's Avengers. Let's not act like the narrative of the game is some sacred cow that can never be defied and everything has to make sense. It's Marvel's Avengers. It's not that deep. Got the devs Shill K and Shill J. They could hit up Doom on Sunday and be like, nah, they could. That would be not great. But Shill Dot, they never explained how they could all be there. What's up, Jay Shill Blast, speaking of which. But yeah. She doesn't necessarily need Mjolnir. Jane was a Valkyrie in the comics. They could give her the blades. They could give her the swords. She doesn't necessarily have to have Mjolnir. She was a Valkyrie. And they could also give her this. Instead of Mjolnir, they could, instead of the normal Mjolnir, they could give her this. So I think at this point, I think it's best to just wait until it actually happens. Like we still don't officially know. If the patch is gonna, if she's gonna come out, we have no idea, and we definitely don't know. What her combat's gonna be, what weapon she's gonna have. So anyone definitively saying, "Oh, it's going to be bad because she's going to have Mjolnir or whatever." Like, no. So it looks like definitely there is no MCU skin. If there was an MCU skin, I feel like Jay Shieldblast would have had it already. Because Jay Shieldblast gets all of the stuff first. You think they're definitely going to be lazy and give her Thor's hammer? Even if they give her the normal hammer, who cares? Imagine if it turned out to be real. That would be funny, but yeah, definitely not. I don't know. Me, War Machine would have been great, but yeah, Jane Foster is the next best thing. As long as it's a flyer, I'm good. Ain't gonna go crazy if she gets Stormbreaker. Bruce Banner is getting the skin. It can only be used on the helicarrier. Heard it here first. Breaking news from Jay Shockblast. All you Hulk mains that are always complaining that Hulk doesn't get enough skins. He is getting a skin, but you can't use it anywhere but the helicarrier. You heard it here first. They give her Iron Man's repulsors to call it a day. Yeah, actually hoping they would put Winter Soldier or War Machine in. Well, War Machine is an Echo they could have done because they started, according to Miller, they had originally started developing War Machine but put him on hold. Winter Soldier is not an Echo character. He is an actually full-fledged character that they planned on making during the early development stage, and he's supposed to be the hero that comes after She-Hulk. The normal hammer is in the game, right? They all want faster characters, right? Take the hammer and right. Plus, Thor in this game, he also has the MC version of Mjolnir, so she could have the game version of Mjolnir, or she could have the big mighty Mjolnir from the comics. Like we don't know. Either way, it literally doesn't matter. Now everything's pushed back. Are you still expecting 2 to 3 operations and the expansion? No, it was supposed to be 2 operations and 1 expansion. It was supposed to be She-Hulk, Winter Soldier operations, Captain Marvel expansion. Going by Miller, and I think this probably checks out, they're focused more right now on synergy with the MCU. That's why we're apparently getting Jane Foster as the Echo over anything else, because Thor Love and Thunder is coming out soon. And that's why She-Hulk was pushed back, even though it was ready to come out last year. So I'm thinking, and Miller's thinking, Captain Marvel's expansion might not come out until Q1 next year, which lines up with Captain Marvel's MCU film, The Marvels. So that's kind of where they're at, it looks like. How long I think we're going to wait for this patch? Most likely at least 2 weeks. Beta ratio. Did I see those Sonic Fury Xbox controllers? I did not. This is all speculation. Nobody knows what's actually coming. 90 devs. Well, obviously. Well, the devs know, obviously, but yes. Miller's not speculating about Jane Foster. Apparently this is from a direct source. Could have been Doctor Strange or Wanda. It literally could not have been. It literally could not have been. It had to be an Echo character, and they chose Jane. Did I see the Captain America Razor controller? I did not. If all the stuff has been pushed back, then they must have a huge backlog content. Who knows? From what I know, She-Hulk is pretty much ready, and it's literally just a matter of lining up with the MCU show. I mean, it's not a bad idea, brand synergy. It's just unfortunate because everything is getting delayed all the time. All of the things. You know, their Avengers has to delay patches because, you know, they can't their pipeline, for whatever reason, they can't get stuff out. Most likely because they don't have enough people, they don't have enough resources. They can't get stuff out, even patches, in a reasonable amount of time. You know, Suicide Squad is delayed. Movies and shows are getting delayed all over the place. Everything's getting delayed. Like, so it's definitely hard to come up with brand synergy with the MCU if your own game has to delay stuff all the time and the MCU has to delay stuff all the time. For people who want Strange and Wanda, I'll catch you at the start of 2023 with the one character we get this year. Facts, bro. Like, bro, it takes them 6 to 8 months to build a new character, bro. Ain't no way. If they start on Wanda and Strange right now, you'll probably see them after Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League comes out, bro. You don't know why, but why you agree with Brian about the narrative for why a character is introduced. I wish they didn't think like that. I thought that was a goofy thing that Brian said when Brian said he was talking about he was giving reasons for why villain sectors. People were asking specifically, why is there no MODOK villain sector? Why is there no Crossbones villain sector? And he said one of the reasons was that, you know, they had to make it work in a narrative. And I'm like, oh, it does, bro. The narrative you've established is clones, bro. There's this, you don't have this big brain narrative that requires careful consideration. You had a Taskmaster villain sector after he was defeated in the campaign. You had an Abomination villain sector after he was defeated in the campaign. You had a Maestro villain sector after he was defeated in the campaign. You had a Super Adaptoid OLT after he was defeated in the campaign. Like, you had a Claw raid after he was defeated in the campaign. And for most of the reasons you gave was clones. Oh, it's clones. Clones. We can clone. They have clones. They have cloning technology. AIM is cloning things. Okay, simple. AIM clone MODOK. We even know that's what they were doing when they were working on the MODOK villain sector. One of the things Miller leaked were audio files where there was an audio sample from, apparently they started working on a MODOK villain sector, and they said, you could hear on the files, oh, MODOK, you know, clone, reference to him being a clone. So it's a clone. Clones. Easy. There's a MODOK has appeared. How? Clones. Crossbones has appeared. How? Well, he wasn't defeated in the campaign. He ran away. He's back now. Fight him. Or clone. Who cares, bro? Just give us more villains. Baby MODOK is dead though, unlike the other ones. Clones! Clones! If the time gap between characters wasn't so large and was like 2 months, you have thought Wanda and Vision could come as one DLC, but now you can't expect that much. Even Bro, yeah. 2023. Start looking at 2023 and beyond for stuff like that. but it does not seem he wants someone to match his intellect, so why not clone himself? He has the best exclamation for a clone. Yeah, or Monica did it against his will. Who cares? Just put him in the game, or don't. Don't tell me it's because of the narrative. Tell us because it's hard, it costs money, and you don't think it'll be worth it. You rather make a new villain. Fine, but don't sit out here capping like, oh well, we gotta consider a narrative. Appreciate the sub, Gorge. Welcome to Durag Gang. Like, no, you don't care about any of that. How sad is that we have the entire Marvel universe to utilize? The fake Chrome Viper running around. Yeah, I've seen people do that before. It's so weird. I don't know why there are people who impersonate other members of chat. Think this game will be dead in 3 mouths? What unit of time does 3 mouths equate to? Taskmaster or Maestro Echo villains? I don't need a story set to show Hydra as new enemies. You just want to fight new enemies and not have to fight AIM all the time. Exactly. And Brian said that the current initiative is to have more villains, better late than never, I guess. So we'll see if any of that turns out. We already know, according to Miller, that Ultron is going to be a villain based on, how long everything's taken. He might be the only villain this year, the only new villain this year. But depending on how it's done, it could be really cool. 2025 Scarlet Witch and Doctor Strange coming soon. So I gotta turn down these freaking alerts. With Ultron's out, Gotham Knights will be also 2077 Captain Marvel. Yeah, it's definitely like I was thinking of making. I know Stardust just made the video about She-Hulk and Ultron, and I'm just like, bro, they can't even get 2.3 out. I don't even feel like making a video on Ultron right now, bro. Like we can't. I don't know when we get actual content. We might legitimately not have any content until like May at the earliest at this rate. Like even Miller doesn't think there's going to be anything content wise in April. He thought the main reason they said they did do it because those villains were tied heavily to the environment that she fight them in. Yeah, he basically made that as part of the explanation. Basically, to summarize his tweet thread, it's hard. It's hard for them to make villains translate into multiplayer because for some reason they don't design every villain in a way that is easily transferable to multiplayer, even though it's a multiplayer game and people expect at this point in particular to be able to fight those campaign villains again somewhere else. So when they make the campaign villain and they make him a one-off in a mission that's not replayable, unless you do the entire thing all over again, basically. Then it's like, okay, well, we'd have to essentially build the thing up, you know, in a new environment or whatever. So I don't know why they would need a new environment. They can stick them else in existing ones, but whatever. He basically saying the amount of work it would take to translate a villain design for a single player over to multiplayer basically is so time and resource consuming that they might as well at that point make a new villain, which fair, but despite that explanation, they haven't put out any new villains. Instead, we got, for the 2.3, but that was delayed, we got a Taskmaster villain sector that was originally supposed to be with Future Imperfect that they cut from the DLC and now are reusing later. So, you know, whatever's going on over there, it's not resulting in new villains so far. But, you know, we got to see the roadmap whenever that's ready. Spider-Man 2099 skin coming soon. 29. When it comes to skins, you know, those get out more quickly. Imagine they announce they're moving forward with the next project and not drop everything in 2020. So imagine if Square Enix just pulls the plug. I mean, yeah, a lot of people have been imagining if Square Enix pulls the plug. Why is Suicide Squad in the title? Because Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League is a game that I cover on the channel, news-wise, and that game was delayed today, which it says in the title. Roadmap? Hold up. I got you. There's way too many excuses, illogical ones at that. No other game has these are excuses. All the other games are down pretty bad. And you see similar nonsense. It's just amplified. Co-star Jay Shock Blast. Courtesy of Jay Show Blast. That we need a patch. Oh yeah, give it time. Give it time. Patch, patch doesn't new patch isn't quite as catchy as roadmap, but it could be a thing. Patch, question mark, patch. We'll see how long it takes for them to get this new patch out. If the patch isn't out next week, if 2.3 isn't out next week, then start expecting to see patch question mark under every post along with the roadmap. Patch 2.3, patch 2.3, patch 2.3, patch 2.3, patch 2.3, patch roadmap, patch roadmap, patch roadmap, patch. It's gonna be great. You working on something on the screen? All your hero shirt voice. Right. That's my favorite. I had to add it to my OBS. Perfect. Because someone always brings up the roadmap on stream. Did Suicide Squad get delayed again? No, it got delayed exactly once. Suicide Squad's was said to be delayed until 2023 unofficially. But today, the devs, the studio, they all came out officially and announced that Suicide Squad is now scheduled for a spring 2023 release. Bro, Battlefield 2042 is as much of a disaster as this game, if not more so. More so, actually, probably. So yes, other games have Other games have these problems. It's not unique. It's not unique. People, this if you look at the subreddit for Marvel's Avengers, Battlefield, and Halo, you're going to see a lot of overlap. You're going to see in terms of how the players are reacted. It's not is sadly it's not that unique in gaming in this day and age, especially when it comes to live service games. Wonder if we're getting a new skin tomorrow. Not if they don't probably not if they don't announce it today. They had 8 years to bring out Suicide Squad and it's delayed. Maybe Rocksteady was the right choice for a live service superhero game. Hey, it's not officially a live service superhero game. Shield Ruler, as far as we know, is a action co-op shooter in the third person. How is Battlefield not a good example? People were like, hey, Battlefield, this beta is a buggy mess. How about you delay it? And then they didn't delay it, and it came out a buggy mess, and it got completely obliterated in the press and by the players. Like, what do you mean it's not a good example? It was a highly anticipated live service game that was a huge dud. Like, even the studio admitted it was a failure. What do you mean? Can't fight against Superman. I'm going to shoot Superman in the face. It's going to be awesome. Still upset the way Marvel's Avengers is playing out. Just breaks your small heart. Yeah, because a lot of people feel very strongly. It's always amplified when it comes to an IP that people love. You know, this game is not a brand new original IP. It's Marvel. It's the Marvel brand. It's the Marvel IP. These are characters that have been around for decades. People love it. They're emotionally invested in it. Got a whole new generation of fans thanks to the MCU that are gaining a new appreciation. It's more popular than it's ever been thanks to the MCU. So obviously a game built around Marvel is going to have a lot more scrutiny, especially a game called Marvel's Avengers. So yes, while they've done a lot of things wrong, everything they do wrong has been amplified, and you'll see it a lot in these comments. You'll have people that are making comments about Avengers as if they're the only live service game in the world, or they're the only game that had these problems, when it's just not true. Marvel's Avengers is nowhere near unique when it comes to live service games that had problems, and they're nowhere near unique in terms of the types of problems that they had, and they're not as bad as a bunch of other games in the genre have been. Superman game would be fire. I agree. I want a Flash game. I really want a Flash. They really wanted brand synergy. They should have added Scarlet Witch or America Chavez. Well, so apparently Marvel didn't even anticipate the popularity of Scarlet Witch, but America Chavez, definitely not. That's definitely I just watched the trailer for Multiverse of Madness and figured out who America Chavez type of energy. Like, there's absolutely no way in 2016, when they were developing this game, they were like, bro, we got to get America Chavez into this game. She's going to go crazy in Multiverse of Madness. Like, no, that did not happen in 2016 or 17, bro. Let's be honest. Scarlet Witch, Doctor Strange, I'm more, in particular, Doctor Strange, I think that's the most egregious. Like, I think personally, Scarlet Witch, before her show, I thought it would have made sense to have her in the game, but definitely Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange was very, very popular, and he already had his own solo movie. So to me, it's more egregious that they didn't put Doctor Strange in their initial plan, and instead went with some of those other characters. Wonder how much help CD gets from Marvel. Marvel Games is apparently very hands-on with the stuff they're involved in. Very hands. Lot of approvals, a lot of hoops to jump through. That IP address fumble tops all games. Oh no, there's actually been worse incidents than that. Way worse. Specifically, even related to breaches in players' privacy in their data, like people's actual financial information has been leaked before. Not to mention, you've had actual game studios who had a culture of abusing their employees. So let's not be hyperbolic. Let's keep things in perspective. The IP address thing was bad. It was by no means the worst thing to happen in gaming. Like, not by a long shot. We get another Fireboy as you're dead. No one was worried about Chavez. Bro. Imagine bringing up American Chavez, bro. Nobody, like people had no idea. Like, only like real, like, deep in the woods comic fans knew who America Chavez was. America Chavez was not remotely on anybody's radar. Like, people, like, literally the only reason people are bringing up America Chavez right now is because they saw her in the Multiverse of Madness trailer, or they specifically heard she's going to be in Multiverse of Madness and that it was going to be a big deal. And they rushed to Google. We're like, oh, who's America Chavez? Now I'm an expert. Why didn't Marvel's Avengers have America Chavez in 2017? Like, come on. Insomniac is Marvel's golden child. Oh yeah. Crystal Dynamics really suffering regret not adding Wanda Strange. Oh, for sure. Like, Wanda, sort of forgivable. Doctor Strange, definitely not. DC and Marvel both good. Some areas one company sells better than the other. We would hope for games Marvel gets better. They seem to be on the right track with Guardians of the Galaxy and hopefully Spider-Man 2 and Wolvie. What's up, Ari Shark? Just going over the news, my friend. But mostly straightforward. 2.3 patch 2.3 is delayed. See here, Jane Foster is the mystery character. You're pretty much caught up. Those old dudes who go through the long boxes every week looking for that gem from the 60s are the only people who knew who that character was. Exactly, bro. Like, ain't no way. Hey, come on, bro. Same with Kate Bishop. Same with Kate Bishop. Like all these Twitter Marvel fans will just act all cocky when they've literally never heard these characters before. What's up, Doomir? Maybe Doctor Strange himself said he want to be the game. Oh yeah, that's definitely possible. Guardians of the Galaxy is a good solo player game, but we all know we wanted to play as all of them. For sure. It's still great. Was the new Batman movie new? I mean, it's been out for a while now, but yeah. I didn't do a review on it, official review on it, but yeah, I talked about it enough. It's a good, very, very, very good movie. Looking forward to seeing it again on HBO Max. Wonder what's going to be on the roadmap now, so everything's delayed. I'm predicting the only DLCs that are going to be on the roadmap are going to be She-Hulk and Winter Soldier. I think those are the only two. Definitely don't open any DMs live. My DMs? Oh, don't worry. I can tab over. I can tab over. So I have the OBS capturing two different windows. This is the Twitter window where I'm just showing the stuff on the timeline. The other window where I'm monitoring the stream, I have another Twitter window open so I can look at stuff. So if Jay Shockblast just sent me something spicy, he usually sends me some spicy feet pics, I can open them on stream and not have to worry about it. Did you send me some fresh feet pics, Mr. Shockblast? Bucky, no. Captain Marvel is supposed to be the expansion. To be delayed. I'm with Miller on this. I think Captain Marvel is going to be 2023. Did you miss the explanation about Tony Bing? Yes, you did. Tony Bing basically went on a rampage yesterday because he made a meme. He basically made a meme yesterday insulting players who were excited about Jane Foster. And then when people like me disagree with him, he got in his feelings and just blocked everybody, even people that weren't even in the conversation, you know, debating with him or anything. He just got mad and just blocked everybody. And now he's in his Discord. He's been in his Discord saying how he's a victim and he's being brigaded. People are just ganging up on him and saying that he's not allowed to have an opinion, which none of that's true. As anyone who was watching the exchanges and the reading tweets, which High Ruler read the whole thing live. Dude is not a victim. Nobody was attacking him. People just disagree. People thought he had a bad take and he didn't like it. So he just started blocking people rather than, you know, actually have a rational discussion. He didn't, but there's something good. Well, let me see what's in there. Who did this? Who did this? Oh, who did this? Oh my God. I don't know if I should show that on the stream. Oh, wow. Oh, that's funny. No, someone just came in the stream late and wanted to know what happened with Tony Bing. Bro, who made that? I don't know. I'm not High Ruler. I'm not trying to be a drama channel. I don't know if I should show it on stream. I mean, that's Keemstar. I mean, High Ruler's thing. You know, he's all about the drama. This is a drama-free channel. I don't know if I want to show it. Drama does favorite. Funny enough, I'm unlike Keem Ruler. I make good. I can make content without the drama. I don't need the drama. Like, but Keem Ruler, always stirring the pot. You know you wanted. You're in the delays. I will not say it's good content. It is toxic. It is clickbait. You're spreading hate. Screw it. Hold on. It's so funny. And to be clear, I didn't make this. Let me go to that. Let me see if I can find the actual thing. Oh no. Have you know we back you on the Hyrule News Network, so your content is our content. I don't know who did this, but somebody made this account in response to the drama of yesterday. I did not make this account. This is not me. I have no idea who made this. This is not me. Somebody made this. I did not make this. I cannot take credit for this. This is something usually you'd see on the Hyrule News Network. For those that don't know, that is Marvel's Avengers up top. This is a human centipede position, it seems. We have Kyle in the front, Godslave 777 in the middle, and Tony Bing Gaming in the back. To do the play. They seem to be in some kind of yard like structure. I think the implication of this meme is that both Tony Bing, Kyle, Tony Bing, and Godslave seem to be people who eat each other's butts and worship Marvel's Avengers, or hold it in high regard and kneel before it, despite the fact that they are making content that is very negative toward it. I do not approve this message. I did not make the. I'm assuming High Ruler made this with his burner account. This had nothing. I did not make this account. This is the official Tony Bing parody account. Called Tony Bong Gaming at Tony Bong Bing. It is a parody account of, quote, grifter YouTube hack at Tony Bing. So obviously whoever made this is not a fan of Tony Bing. So, you know, maybe they were upset that Tony Bing watched their live stream where they were showing off his Discord and the things that were being said in there. You know, maybe they have some kind of axe to grind against Kyle and Godslave. You know, maybe this person is bald and has a channel on YouTube where they make, Destiny content and sometimes cover Avengers. Maybe they were inspired by what happened yesterday to to make this Tony Bing parody account. This really does sound like Trick Ridiculous. Must be Dottie Jones. Is that you, Joe? My prime suspect is a high ruler right now. Apparently, according to my sources, hold up. Breaking news. I'm being told by one of my sources that the Tony Bing official Discord has been alerted to the Tony Bong parody account, and they are currently discussing it. That is breaking news according to my sources. This is Sadot the Gamer here with the Sadot News Network, bringing you the latest nonsense from the Marvel's Avengers community, because there is no content and the patch was delayed, and there's not even a skin to talk about. So this is where we're at. Here we go. Here we go. See, as you see, High Ruler just confessed to the crime of making this parody account of Tony Bing. So that mystery at the very least has been solved. It was in fact High Ruler all along. Bum, 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 bum. So we can rest our case in that regard. We know who the culprit was. Please, Tony Bing, if you're watching, know that this does not mean you are not loved. It also does not make you less toxic. Some people just don't like you for whatever reason. That's every content creator goes through it. Now they say God is real, but we all know Sadot is your God. Oh no, now they're gonna say I'm the one running a cult here. To be clear, this is not a cult. Durag Nation is not a cult of any kind. If it was a cult, I would get a lot more donations and there would be a lot more women involved. This is not a cult. Why did they delay it? Because it's Marvel's Avengers. It is indeed a country. Durag Nation is a country. It is not a cult. I am not a cult leader. If anything, I am a dictator of Durag Nation. Not a cult leader. Important distinction to make. So after right, Jay Show Blast, or Jay Sadot Blast, as he goes by when he's officially in uniform, is one of my generals. Didn't Kyle stop talking about Avengers? No, he still talks about it. He's blocking a lot of people, including myself, but he is indeed still talking about Marvel's Avengers. He cannot resist. President Sadot. Supreme leaders. That is Supreme Leader President Sadot to you. The drama is ridiculous. Yet all YouTube drama is ridiculous. Even more so when it's involving this game. What should you do now? You should, you should smash the like button, subscribe if you're new, hit the join button if you haven't, for access to extended membership perks of the Durag Nation, such as the private Discord, where we don't regularly talk about other streamers behind their back. You can support the channel also by buying merch from our sponsor, Fan Dominion, with code Sadot. You could also leave a donation. Links are in the description. They are optional, but not mandatory. Who's ready to play Avengers? Who isn't ready to play Avengers? I'm always ready to play Avengers. Honestly, we've been streaming for how long? We've been streaming for like over an hour, nearly 2 hours. I forgot about playing this game. I have the game up right now. Ukraine drama on YouTube is legit. If it's on YouTube, I don't believe it. Drama on YouTube does not exist. Absolutely. I absolutely do talk about streamers behind their back all the time. I'll be in the Discord and be like, you know who's really nice? Trick's ridiculous. I like his content. I can't talk about Lejeune or Jay Shotglass behind their back because they're in the Discord. What's my favorite food? My favorite food is authentic ramen. And ring the bell. Oh, almost right. Ring the bell for notifications so you can always know when Sadot goes live. Correct. What is the Discord? Skype Preacher Man. Check the community tab. I just posted a fresh Discord link. I know the old one was buried under a lot of posts. I just uploaded a brand new Discord link. So go over to the community tab since you're a member now, and go join. I know it sounds like you're trying to gangster up Twitter. I'm definitely. I cannot go away from that. Doom has been chill, but I have definitely been gangsta all over Twitter the last couple of days. I've been going off on Twitter. Close to 10K subs, appreciate it. Yeah, I'm trying to get to 100K subs, but you know, progress. Do I consider myself a Sigma male or an alpha male? I actually consider myself neither of those, Sophie the Great. I consider myself an alpha male Giga Chad. Is Jane going to be a hero event? We don't know anything about Jane other than that Miller says she is the mystery hero that Crystal Dynamics has apparently been working on. Trix is nice. You ran a Destiny raid with him and you'll never do it again. Absolutely. Oh, well, I won't hold that against Trix. Destiny raids seem to bring out the worst in humanity. I was watching J. Coon Prime and Lejeune run a Destiny raid, and to quote Lejeune, "Ole." It got toxic. You don't have the Discord or a Discord. Sky Preacher Man. I posted the Discord link in the community tab, so it is there. If you don't have Discord, you can download the app on your phone. And then you can just follow the link in the community tab and it'll take you right to Discord. He posted a new video about, Kyle posted a new Avengers video. Well, I definitely know what I'm going to be doing after the stream ends. Authentic, yeah, you like Ruru-chan chicken flavor too? No, unlike you pours, I like authentic ramen, authentic tonkatsu ramen from a Japanese restaurant. I do not consume cup of noodles like a college student. I'm an adult. Damn it. You have to claim what type of male you are, then that literally makes you beta. Bruce, are you attacking people's gender identity? How dare you? We do not do that here. I am an alpha male Giga Chad. Doesn't deserve a hero event. That's mean. All right, Sky Preacher Man, welcome. How do you get past 151? You put the same way you got past 150. You need gear from the Omega level threat and the raid. Tonkatsu is your favorite ramen too? Fire. Anything new for the game tomorrow? Probably memes. Other than that, probably not. We'll see. All right, Bruce. What's up, Bruno? Told you, Triple H, I'm not your cult leader. I'm your dictator. No, like a story. Like, yeah, definitely. If you're trying to get an Echo character out fast, the whole idea is fast. So you don't need a story, but you need something. So yeah, like a hero event would be fine. You can't just turn the game on, and she's just there. Like, you know, that that'd be goofy. Yeah, a hero event seems fine. That seems reasonable. Yep, they delayed that. Avengers Jane got that tight kitty though. Does she have a pet? I don't remember Jane Foster's when she got the powers having a animal companion. Did she have a familiar? What happened to Elena being the mystery character? She was not, apparently. So Jane coming for She-Hulk. That is supposed to be the idea. In order to fill the gap that apparently was caused by them having to delay She-Hulk because of the MCU show getting delayed. She-Hulk, they were like, oh, let's put a mystery character here. Let's put an Echo character. Lady Thor comic did terrible in sales. Her name is Thunder Kitten. Oh, cool. She can play with Lucky. What do they call the Monica mission? You mean her villain sector? It's the what is it? It's the Cosmic Cube one, right? When does Jane come to the game? Whenever she's revealed, or if she's revealed. Soon. Yeah, exactly. When do I think Captain Marvel's coming? 2023. Around the time her movie comes to the MCU. I believe more villain sectors like the Scientist Supreme. Though I would hope it's a little more challenging. But now that they have actual playtesters, if they do another beating the odds type of villain sector. I hope it's better gear, actual unique gear, and more challenging. February 23rd for Captain Marvel brand synergy. Exactly. So maybe, yeah. So maybe release her a few weeks before the movie. You have start promotion the month before. Then when the same week the movie drops, you drop a MCU skin for Captain Marvel. It works out. Synergy, brand synergy. Synergy is going to be the key word going forward. After they add Taskmaster this time, they'll need to add any more repeat villains. We're 5 months away from year 3. Yeah, I don't know. So I think the problem isn't villains repeating necessarily. The problem is we've had the same villains for such a long time. At this point, they definitely need to start introducing more new ones. But when they introduce a DLC with a new villain, I would expect the villain to be playable in multiplayer, because I don't think they should do any more. I don't think they should do any more things where they just be like, okay, we're gonna make this villain, but you're only going to be able to play him in the campaign, and we're not going to put the ability to replay that particular fight. So you're just in the campaign, like a mission select. We're just gonna make you play the whole thing over again. When is Winter Soldier coming? None of these characters have dates. Crystal Dynamics doesn't even have a date for their roadmap. They don't even have a date for patch 2.3 anymore. All the stuff about the characters that are unreleased, there are no dates. Miller has seen files and everything like that. He does not have access to the actual dates because they don't exist, quite frankly. You going soft on the game? Who are you? And what are you talking about? Apparently Tiny T is coming out broken. Was going to get it, but you'll pass. Gotta go with WWE 2K22. So far reviews are great. Yeah, I just watched I am looking forward to Tina. I'm hoping to get a code for it, but I did just see the review from Skill Up. I usually watch Skill Up when a new game's coming out if I'm not sure about it. And Skill Up said he recommends the game. He said he likes it, but he did warn that there were a lot of problems on the PC version. I also heard talks that there might be some technical issues in terms of online on the PlayStation version. So we'll have to see. But yeah, Skill Up specifically in his review said he thought Tiny Tina was a couple of QA passes away from being a finished game, which is definitely not something you want to hear. Not the gamer, you go soft. Bad hit up. When is the patch? They did not announce when it's coming out, unfortunately. See if they tweeted anything new. Maybe they're just behind schedule on the tweet too. Nope, still nothing new. Let's leave that up. You pre-order Tiny Tina? Like I said, I don't pre-order games anymore. I just don't. If I can get it, I try to get games for free. But if it is a game that I'm gonna buy, I only pre-order it if it's from a studio that I absolutely trust. Yeah, we're basically on we're on Marvel's Avengers skin watch. We're waiting for that new skin to be revealed. we're gonna, High Ruler was on Drama Watch. We're on Marvel's Avengers skin watch. Yeah, you're only 4 hours in. Yeah, like for a game like Tina, I would expect if there are problems, it'll start showing like at launch when more people have access to the multiplayer, because that's really going to be, I think, the key with a game like this. Like the solo experience is probably fine. Like Skill Up said he was playing the game solo on PC. He said he ran into a lot of problems, but overall he enjoyed it, but he thought the game was not finished and could be a lot better, specifically on the PC version of the game. But he didn't try out the multiplayer. So we'll ultimately go into Tina knowing that at the very least, if you're on PC, you might run into some technical problems, and just be on the lookout, especially if you're planning on jumping right into the multiplayer. How likely is it that we could get Daredevil or Deadpool? Pretty much zero. Nothing new to announce at this time. When should we expect Jane Foster? When Cloning Labs drops, I would guess. Gearbox doesn't release bad games, only bad storylines. He actually in Skill Up's review, he actually mentioned that Borderlands 3 was like horrendously written, but he thought it actually worked pretty well in Tina. And I was actually watching Jay Shockblast's Tina character creation video, and I was looking at a little bit of the opening, and so far it sounded entertaining. Like I really enjoyed the concept of like this game takes place on like this Dungeon and Dragon board, and Tina is the one in charge. I thought the humor worked from what I heard so far, so not worried about that. With these type of games, I'm always worried about the functionality. Waiting for a skin reveal. So far it doesn't look like there's going to be one, but you never know. They didn't announce the patch was getting delayed until late afternoon, so maybe they're just behind. So we'll hang out a little bit to see if they end up revealing a skin. But so far they have not shown any skin, or they have not tweeted since yesterday. If anything, Ultron, then Vision. Wonder who's getting new skin next. It's usually Iron Man. Iron Man is usually a safe bet. Month 7 of uninstalling Avengers. Tyversal has not looked back. He is having a good time playing Genshin Impact. What should we expect from the Suicide Squad news? What do you mean? The news is pretty straightforward. It's delayed until spring 2023. That's it. That's the news. What do you think the new patch date is? Mid 2022. That's the new date. Mid 2022. Beyond that, I have nothing to announce at this time. It is possible, but not probable, that the patch will come out next week. So I would say probably mid 2022 is a safe range. So it could be next week, could be April, could be May, could be June. Well, the patch could be great. On paper, I thought it looked like a really good patch. And if they're taking extra time to make sure it works, it might be a great patch. But my concern is that, they delayed the patch after confirming a release date to make sure it's right. So my issue is then if they release the patch finally after they say it's ready, and then it's still bug, and then we're still running into all these bugs. That's my concern. And I don't mean like the normal bugs. I mean like specifically bugs that they said they're going to fix in the patch, and there's new stuff that's broken. Like if that happens after they already delayed the patch, it's going to look really bad. When do you think we're getting patrol mode? Patrol mode is a myth. I'm about to put patrol mode in the same category as cloning lab. Patrol mode can't come out until they finish joining progress. So if they're still working on joining progress, then you're not asking. Then you don't need to ask when patrol mode is. You need to ask when joining progress is going to be finished, because that's the only way that thing's coming out. What if they delay the patch but also merge it with 2.4? I think that would be potentially good, especially if 2.4 wasn't like a big thing of similar scale. From what Brian explained, it was mostly aimed at improving the reward structure and the reward requirements for like the events. People aren't engaging with the Red Room takeover. Not just because it's buggy a lot, but because, people might have already gotten all the gear that they want from it, stuff like that. So the idea is that when they do bring back some of these events, they'll be more rewarding, even if you played it before. But I think Jay Shotblast, as a member of the Illuminati, might have just given us a Miller-style scoop, because he does have insider information. So are you officially confirming, Jay Shotblast, on behalf of Crystal Dynamics and Square Enix, that patch 2.3 is being delayed so that it can be combined with patch 2.4? What's Cloning Labs? Cloning Labs is a myth. That is what Cloning Labs is. You expect bugs as long as it's playable bugs? Exactly. Jade is not a myth as well. It's too early for Jane to be a myth. That story just broke. When is Joining Progress coming out? When Joining Progress is done, it will come out. Jay Shockblast is a myth. That is true. It's actually Jay Sadot Blast or Jay Shill Blast. There is actually no such thing as Jay Shockblast. You're just asking. You heard it here first. Jay was just asking if it was okay for him to drop an exclusive scoop here on the Sadot News Network that they are combining patch 2.3 with patch 2.4. You heard it here first. Patch 2.3 is being delayed and merged to 2.4. Expect the release date to be April 28th, 2022. Mark it down. I said it best. They've shown us who they are multiple times. Exactly. And Jay Showblast has said similar things. He's basically like, okay, it's been over 500 days. At this point, Thank you, Tiger Fangs, for the sub. Welcome to the Red Gang. At this point, you know what the game is. It's been well over 500 days. You know what Marvel's Avengers is. If you're still here, you shouldn't be surprised by anything anymore. You should know what to expect, and you should act accordingly. You know, it's one thing if you just got into the game, you know, in that regard, I advise you to, you know, play catch up so you're up to speed. But if you've been here over 500 days of this game, and you're still complaining about the same stuff, it might be time to move on or you know, focus on something else. Because we at this point, we know exactly what this game is. We know exactly who the developers are. So have your expectations accordingly. This is a fun but flawed beat 'em up with the Marvel IP. You can expect delays, you can expect bugs because their team size was drastically reduced and they don't have enough resources for the game, for a game of this size, and the very engine the game was built on leaves very little room for improvement. You know, someone in Reddit is going to take this seriously. I'm sure someone is at this moment making a YouTube video saying patch 2.3 and 2.4 merged? Question mark? All caps. Developers are a myth. Why don't they just shut the game down? Because Square Enix likes money. And like it or not, Avengers still makes money. Plus, I know that Square Enix investors have been breathing down their necks about the fact that Square Enix has been neglecting the live service game market for far too long. And they're trying to play catch up right now, putting out more live service games and aren't having the best luck. You know, Marvel's Avengers, you know, not great, not the best when it comes to live service games, but you know, it could always be worse. It could always be Babylon's Fall. Sponsored by High Ruler. Who sponsored High Ruler? Babylon's Fall, the Chocobo GP racing game they put out, all disasters. High Ruler's favorite game could be Godfall. Apparently Godfall has made somewhat of a comeback. I don't know. Apparently it's going to be on Xbox now as well. But yeah, Babylon's Fall launch week peaked at 1,100 concurrents on Steam, already down to like 100 people. It's down tremendous. High Ruler really. I'm curious if they just sent High Ruler the code or they sent him a bag too, because holy, when I downloaded that demo, I was like, this is a $60 game? Ooh. But I saw High Ruler like live streaming, like, yep. Thank you, Square Enix, slurp, for sending me this game. Babylon's Fall. Like, ooh. When I seen I saw in the trending tab, someone made a video about how Babylon's Fall is basically the worst game of the year. Like, oh man. So no Choco standard. I think they might want to keep Marvel's Avengers around. Their other live service games aren't going well. You know, Outriders made a lot of improvements, but you know, that's not a live service game. That game is only relevant when it has content, and their expansion still hasn't been announced yet. You know, they're not getting anything out of Babylon's Fall. or Chocobo, so they might want to stick close to Marvel's Avengers for a little longer. So keep milking that Marvel IP. You waiting for the graphics update, the free to play announcement? I too, like, yeah, let me know. Let me know when they release. Let me know when they release that patch, High Ruler. Are they expecting a roadmap too for Babylon's Fall? I'm waiting. Should I be expecting a roadmap for Babylon's Fall? Or just the patch that will fix the god awful graphics and make it free to play? Is Godfall good? I couldn't tell you. I played the game at launch and it was terrible, but they've had several updates since then. Most of which I've heard were terrible, but I did hear like a couple of days ago someone mentioned that they heard Godfall was a lot better right now. So well, GP could have been so good too, but they got way too greedy. Yeah, that's what I read. Like the game itself, they were like, it would have been like really fun, but the mobile game tactics were like so over the top, it completely ruined it. Season 2 is done. They're working on season 3 currently. So I think we'll get Stormbreaker. Absolutely not. They couldn't even get 2.3 out. They definitely ain't upgrading Thor's, basically his entire animation tree just to put Stormbreaker in. Ain't no way. I don't believe it. Especially if they don't have like a reason to do it in particular. Like when I first heard they were trying to do Stormbreaker, it was because they were promoting a new skin. They were trying to get the end game skin out, and they were like, yeah, it'd be cool if we could have him with Stormbreaker. Let's see if it could work. It didn't work, so they abandoned it. I don't think they're just going to randomly add Stormbreaker just for kick. It would have to be a reason, and by reason I mean it would have to make them money somehow. Is that MMO Marvel game coming out this year or next? Neither one of those. That MMO Marvel game is like 4 years away. That was for a skin for a character. It's the same difference here. They have not done any substantial updates to the core heroes. And what you're talking about adding Stormbreaker would be a major update to a particular hero for seemingly no reason. Like it would have to be for like a skin if they're going to do it, or expansion, or a special DLC or something, some kind of extra content that promotes Thor. And as far as I know, based on what they've been talking about and what I've heard from leaks, there are no plans for any standalone Thor content. So they would only try to do Stormbreaker if they were planning on dropping a skin that featured Stormbreaker. So maybe if they try to do in-game the fat version of Thor, maybe they had that idea, they could be trying to work on Stormbreaker, and then they could drop Stormbreaker with Fat Thor. Maybe that'll be a thing. Maybe they'll make it an artifact. I don't know. But it would have to be like a compelling reason for them to add Stormbreaker. Yeah, crossplay Godfalls is going to be on Xbox. You'll have something else, or it'll have something else over Avengers. True. I mean, it doesn't have much over Avengers. That game was absolute dog water when I played it. Does the champion system work? Yes and no. It still works and doesn't work in the same way it worked and didn't work when it was first introduced. But once we get on this round table, I'll be sure to ask Alex and AJ about the champion system. They wouldn't do it to give the hammer to Jane. They don't need to. They could just put Jane in and give her the hammer. They don't need to give Thor a new weapon. They could just give her the hammer. This is already a game where you can play with 4 Thors at the same time. They have all sorts of narrative reasons they could come up with that she has the same hammer. They could also give her the swords if they bring it in Jane as the Valkyrie from the comics. Is it on Game Pass? I don't know. Thor Love and Thunder skin. Yep, you know those are coming. Change the Thor's whole character model. Yeah, like that's a lot of work for no payoff unless it's tied to unless it's tied to Marketplace. They have no reason to do it. Jane Foster always uses Thor's hammer. No, she doesn't. Like I said, in the comics, Jane has a run where Jane became a Valkyrie, and she uses blades. She has an alternative weapon. She also has a different version of Mjolnir in the comics as well. That's much larger. So yeah, they don't have. They could do one of those things, or they can literally just have the hammer. They have no obligation to change Thor. Like I said, understand when CD makes changes, they do it with understand that they have a small team, they have limited resources. So if they're going to invest time and resources into something, it has to be worth the effort. And by worth the effort, I mean something that will make them money to recoup that investment. Like they don't need to add, if they're adding Jane Foster, they don't need to do extra work to make Thor have Stormbreaker, because they can just put in Jane Foster. The whole draw is that Jane Foster, a new hero, is coming to the game. They don't need to update Thor to do that. They can just put Jane Foster in the game and it'll draw attention because it's Jane Foster. A melee Jane Foster that's ground common main would be wild. Is that swords will be better, but the hammer, it's most likely going to be the hammer for sure. Never say character model. That's the thing. You have to understand how development works. The reason why Thor's Stormbreaker, when they first tried to make it, didn't work is because Thor's animations are designed specifically for Mjolnir. If you look at all his combat animations, for the most part, they're designed with having the hammer as his main weapon or being unarmed. Adding, Stormbreaker, this big axe, would require them. You can't just substitute Mjolnir out. It wouldn't work with the animations that he have. So they would have to make all new animations to accommodate the new weapon. You can't just copy and paste Stormbreaker over Mjolnir. Is it safe to update your PS4 yet? I don't know. I still have mine on pause because I was concerned about it. Let's see. See if Sony did anything. Oh, see if Paul Tassi covered. Got anything? Does not look like any new information on the PlayStation problem. So for now, I would just keep the update paused. Are you getting loadouts? They got 3 loadouts in Godfall. That's good. Still not playing it. I think people don't know about innovation development. That is a fair assessment, Tyverse. Yeah. Yeah, it depends on like if they're making her an Echo, but they're trying to make her a little bit different, yeah, it's likely she'll share some animation. She might share a lot of different animations with Thor, but they could potentially give her a different weapon because they can, since they're developing, they could add some new ones and it wouldn't be as much of a problem. But I don't know. I think they'll probably just end up giving her a hammer of some kind. The swords sound like more work. I'm not sure if they have any sword assets in the game that would apply to the Valkyries, because like Hawkeye and Kate have swords, but they only have one sword. They don't dual wield. Or if you're using Jane, you hear some Thor voice lines. That would be weird. Something wrong with the PS5. Yeah, it was. This news broke earlier in the day. An update for the PlayStation was causing a problem that prevented people from having their games recognized by their PlayStation Plus. The update basically made it so that it looked like you didn't have a PlayStation Plus membership. PlayStation has this one issue. Xbox players will start wild out. Exactly, bro. Y'all still on Xbox. Chill. Just give her some Tim's and Durag and call it a day. That's what I'm talking. That's what I'm saying. Expected to patch in April. Yeah, I'm thinking. Yeah, like I honestly don't care at all if they give her the hammer that's in the game or not. Like it doesn't matter. As long as she has some different moves, I'm totally fine with it. Smacking down robots with a brick. What kind of bricks we talk about? What kind of bricks is Jane slinging out in these streets? Does Jane be making it snow? Why would they do Jane Foster as an event character to show Love and Thunder? We could do Moon Knight. I understand your logic here. I understand the logic here. If they do a Moon Knight artifact, they could do both. I don't understand what you're talking about. Moon Knight comes out next week. We know the patch is delayed now, so there's not going to be an event probably. But if that was the plan to have the Staff of Khonshu event, why would they not be able to do a hero event for Jane? Thor Love and Thunder comes out in the summer. Moon Knight comes out next week. Why would they not be able to do a Jane hero event because of a different event for a different show months earlier? I don't understand. they can literally do both. Bro, now you see the complainers and be glad it's not sure you're later, bro. Yeah, bro, that's what I'm saying. That's why I'm like, I could not deal with being like the community manager for a CD, because some of the complaints I be seeing are so stupid. I just want to see those cheeks. Well, she's wearing a cape, so I'm not going to see any cheeks until She-Hulk comes out. That's who I'm waiting for. Jane is fully covered in armor and a very long cape. Only skin you can see on Jane are her arms. Everyone know a free Discord for Avengers? Yeah, there are a bunch. There's you can always go to the official Play Avengers Discord. Literally Play Avengers Discord. I believe High Ruler, aka Show Ruler, has a free Discord that he offers as well. I believe Tricks Ridiculous has a Discord. Yep, he has a Discord. Doom Killer HD has a Discord. Jay Shockblast has a Discord. Marvel's Avengers could have made some noise to be the first of being the first console game of 2020 to have Doctor Strange. Yes, they could have. With that caveat, they could have. But they did not. They were like, yeah, we could add Doctor Strange, but then why would we do Doctor Strange when we can have Kamala Khan and Kate Bishop? Yeah, trying to play the rate randoms is weird. Jane Foster's like Kate Bishop. You got a full DLC. Busy an event like Spider-Man is stupid. Why would? Well, the whole idea is that she's an Echo character, so she's not like Kate. She's an Echo character that they're introducing into the game in order to fill a gap for where She-Hulk was supposed to be, but there's a delay. There was a delay. So yeah, it makes perfect sense for them to do a hero event for Jane because she's a hero. They wouldn't be doing a hero event for Moon Knight because Moon Knight is not a hero. He's not in the game. The Staff of Khonshu is in the game. So it would be a Disney Plus tie-in event for Moon Knight, not a hero event. It would be a tie-in event similar to the Disney Plus Hawkeye event they did, except instead of a nameplate, they would presumably be giving out the Staff of Khonshu as a reward. Jane Foster as an Echo character makes perfect sense as a hero event because the idea is that they're putting this out on an expedited time frame, so she has to be an Echo character, which means they don't have time to develop a full DLC around her. So make it a hero event that introduces Jane Foster, maybe have a few cutscenes and some rewards. Like it's not that complicated, my guy. You don't have the money for this Discord? For this Discord? Oh yeah, that's fine. Yeah, this Discord is a part of the membership perks, but the official Play Avengers Discord is free. So it's all good. I don't think Moon Knight is ever coming to the game as a character. As long as Jane's moves are all mocap, ready to recent animated takedowns are poor. Agreed. Moon Knight can't handle aim. That's why he's not coming back. Not this one. Yeah, I refuse to play the raid with randoms. I will not do it. a mega level threat, not that big a deal for me because I can just solo super adaptoid, worst case scenario. You know, if everybody drops out or something. But the raid, I refuse. Things are slow as is. I don't know how people expect more unique combat kit for thing. Exactly. Like I'm expecting a few new moves. Like I said, they have assets that they aren't using, so they can make Jane unique. So, but it's not going to be like a full fresh character, you know, all new moves, like no. But they can definitely give her some different heroics and some, you know, probably different melee attack. You only play raids from 150 to 175 randoms. Yeah, to this day, I've never done it. I play with usually I play with subs, but they're usually people I know, or I play with the Discord. I know High Ruler, bless his heart, tried to, I think Lejeune tried it as well. They tried to play the raid with matchmaking on stream. Could not be me. Why are they even focused on characters and not mission to play on characters? They are. Who told you they are only focused on characters? They're focused on both. What's my prediction on 2.3? April. I don't think 2.3 is coming out until April. When we started getting up to the last week, getting close to last week of March, I knew something was off with the patch, because I thought, based on what they described about the patch and the fact that they announced it, you know, so far in advance, I thought reasonably, okay, this is a patch that's going to be first, optimistically, probably not, but you know, second week of March, you know, probably around that time. And then once we started getting, you know, to the end, I'm like, kind of sketchy. And then they gave the release date, so I'm like, okay, well, okay, that makes sense. All right, finally got the release date. Then when they delayed it, I'm like, oh yeah, something's not going well here. So I'm expecting the worst. So I think the stat with some Moon Knight, like I said, Moon Knight is not in this game. I don't think he's ever going to be in this game. He is not going to be a thing. I believe the staff of Khonshu leaked already. Miller leaked it in 2020, and he forgot he knows what the moves are already. He described what the moves are called already, but the perks on it are. It's not summoning Moon Knight. That's not going to be a thing. Moon Knight is not in the game. They won't be able to fly with the blades, so y'all want the blades. What do you mean? She's a Valkyrie, but she has the blades. Bladed Jane doesn't. Bladed Jane doesn't need a hammer. She's a Valkyrie. Does anyone get the siren bug during the raid? Get off the tram and see 2 claws, the elevator on left. I don't remember that one. No. Moon Knight is not really Avenger anyway. True. Think we're getting a Moon Knight nameplate? I would be shocked if we did not. In fact, I demand a Moon Knight nameplate at the very least. You won't be able to see it. I have legitimately no idea which Jane we're getting. So it is 4 o'clock. Still no new skin, no reveal. So it looks like they're not going to reveal a new skin for Marvel's Avengers. Maybe there's a possibility they'll just drop one tomorrow with no explanation. But looks like that's it for news today. Nothing new with Marvel's Avengers. Look at that, Jane. You know their cheeks there. Not for me on my chat that I can see. Okay. How to get a limited Odin Force. Yeah, I can tell you, but I won't because you excluded me. Thick Jane. Right. All right. I'm actually going to call it. I'm going to play Avengers tomorrow for the Thursday reset. There's no news today. No other news today, so I'll see you guys tomorrow for the Thursday reset that should have been for patch 2.3, but looks like it's not happening. So we'll see if they reveal any new information tomorrow. Everybody stay safe. Durag Nation.